spacecraft are located, and it's a high-level area inside there, but they'll be tracking everything that's happening, and so far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, they actually kind of gave a really important call out a little earlier about going to internal power. I don't really want to highlight the importance of that, right? That means that our spacecraft, everyone, is in their final launch configuration. So similar to, you know, in the morning where you unplug your cell phone from the wall, you detach it from your EGSC there in your wall. That means now that our spacecraft are ready to launch and is ready to do business, just like, you know, your cell phone is attached from his wall, ready to do business with you for the rest of the day.
2 spacecraft on internal power, IMAP and SWIFO. We heard that call out, SWIFO L1. Carruthers, though, not powered up, so there was no switch for them.
Yeah, Carruthers is powered off during launch, so they're not powered on. So obviously there's no call to be on internal power for them. But, you know, this is typical. Some of our launch vehicles launch powered on, some launch powered off, so nothing new to see here.
IMAP is one of the strictest contamination missions that LSP and SpaceX have worked, and we heard a little bit about it from Amanda as we hear that engines are being chilled on the first stage of the rocket. And that is because these are very sensitive instruments.
Correct. And so we're trying to study something that is going to literally rewrite the textbooks. Mm-hmm. We're trying to study how these energetic particles really interact with our solar environment. And so to do that, we need really clean instruments to do that. So think about it like this, right? You're traveling down the road, right? It's a big truck in front of you. It's throwing all this gook in front of on your windshield, right? Sorry, I'll call out for RP1 complete there. To actually see where you're going, right, on that road, right, you need to make sure your windshield wipers are clean. So just like we're trying to see what's going on in the local space environment, we need our instruments on all these spacecraft extremely clean. And I want to give a shout out to our contamination teams, both at SpaceX and NASA's Launch Services Program, who made that happen today.
And Amanda, you're out there tracking the countdown from your vantage point in Hawthorne, California.
Yeah, that's right. So as we enter these final minutes before liftoff, weather is still looking good. We have a 10% probability of violation. We heard a couple of key callouts. First, that engine chill has begun on the first stage. That means that we are performing a priming process. So before any propellant flows, the plumbing and engines will be chilled down to prevent thermal shock and boil off when that ultra-cold propellant begins to move at a high flow rate. We also heard that RP1 load has completed for the first stage booster. So that wrapped up the fuel side of the equation, and we are still loading liquid oxygen onto both stages 1 and 2. Now, RP1, rocket-grade kerosene, and liquid oxygen are the primary propellants for Falcon 9. Those are loaded separately onto the vehicle and chilled below 300 degrees below zero. Propellant is intentionally loaded late into the countdown. Colder propellants are denser, and denser propellants mean achieving more performance out of the same tanks. So simply put, the colder it is, the more mass it can move.
Tanks are pressing for strong back retract.
That's a great sign that we're on track for an on-time liftoff. So if you look closely, we'll begin to see the process of strong back or TE retraction. Now, at this time, everything is on track. We are working.
We're getting some call-outs from nets that you can't hear. We're listening to. Norm and I are both monitoring, and we're hearing good call-outs so far.
Yeah, so far so good. We are definitely on track for this launch, and you know, go IMAP.
Strong back retract has started.
And as you can see there, the clamp arms on the strong back, they will start pulling out. Let's watch that. In the meantime, IMAP has switched off their RF transmitter. They are no longer receiving any data from the IMAP spacecraft. That's intentional. And there go the arms as we can see them open up.
Inland, this is LD on countdown 1 with status check.
And there goes the other.
This is NLM. NASA's go for launch.
Just heard a great confirmation
there. SpaceX Launch Director checking in with NASA Launch Manager, Dr. Denton Gibson. He gave the go, another milestone working us closer to a liftoff today.
So like I said before, all the analyses, all the work has come to this moment. So kudos to the team for getting through those polls.
Get ready for, in Joe Westlake's words, our cosmic carpool, taking 3 spacecraft, IMAP, SWIFO L1, and Carruthers on a million-mile journey to L1.
Coming up next in just a few seconds, we're expecting the completion of stage 1 liquid oxygen loading. See those clamp
Stage
arms.
1 LOX load is complete.
Great confirmation, right on time. And you can see those clamp arms are free and clear of stage 2. Now, liquid oxygen loading has wrapped up for the first stage, which completes propellant loading for the booster. We mentioned these tanks are also pressurized using helium, and the helium is chilled too so that it stays compatible with the cryogenic plumbing on the vehicle. During flight, that pressurization will help to force propellant into the engines as the tanks empty. And looking ahead a little bit, at the T-minus 60-second mark, Falcon 9 will enter startup. And at that point, the rocket's onboard flight computers will take over. From there on out, the countdown is fully autonomous. Then just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, the 9 Merlin 1D engines will ignite, and once they're at full power, Falcon 9 will lift off the pad and begin its climb to orbit. After engines start, Falcon vehicles are actually held down until all systems are verified as functioning normally before being released for liftoff.
It's still shining.
Yep.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
All right. The stage 2 LOX load is finished. As you can see, as you look at this